Good Thursday morning, everyone, and possibly good Thursday evening to those on the West Coast. The stock market, following the sell off on Tuesday, did not do what you want to see it do. And in fact, technically on the NASDAQ, it got worse. Another distribution day was pulled up by the NASDAQ with volume increasing higher than the day before. The same thing happened on the Russell 2000, even though in the IWM it doesn't show it. But I like to put this up instead of the Russell 2K for one reason, because you can actually see volume on here, and if it was heavy on the ETF, it was heavy on the regular index. So, and that can also be confirmed by the QQQ. Is it possible we have support here? Absolutely, and I would love to see it, as I'm still very heavily long. I've increased a hedge, but unfortunately today's bounce wasn't that positive, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average led the way higher. I don't want to see this index lead, and the New York Stock Exchange then was slightly behind it, and then it was followed by the S&P 500, which was followed by the Russell 2000, which was then followed by the NASDAQ. Overall, not good, the exact opposite of what I want to see. And on top of that, my long scans, I got Vox. Vox was nice, but the 1396 close isn't even above the recent highs of 1398, so that's not actionable. And then you had TGS. This is a utility company making a nice move. It's a utility company, low volume, not quite what you would look for in a strong market. On top of that, I got breakdowns everywhere and full sells, so let's go into those. INSM, that's a full sell. No need to stick around there with the way biotechs are acting. BIIB, a second sell off below the 50-day moving average on heavy volume. BKW, no need to wait for the 200-day moving average. We're right there with the heavier volume sell off. I'll go ahead and get out of that one's way. EPL, fail that one, so that one's out. ENV, heavier volume close below the 50-day moving average, messed up chart, don't really have any interest in holding it. CSGP, yet another heavier volume sell-off, I'm going to get all out of that one. CSTE, there's another full sell. EIG, that's going to be a 50%er. ICPT, that's going to be a 50%er. CLFD, that's going to be a 75%er, since we're not moving anywhere following the signal below the 20-day moving average. In US, figured do another 50%. If not, full sell. Maybe, possibly, I might end, or maybe I do nothing. Haven't quite really decided on that one yet. DDD is definitely a 50%er with the close below the 50-day moving average. We'll see if we get a bounce. AMBA also, just like the scenario in CLFD, hasn't moved far enough. Have a loss, not closing below the low a day, but still we're below the 20-day moving average, so that's a 75% sell. Folks, I don't think that this is going to continue to go well. I do like that I can see stocks like RVLT consolidating nicely after that big breakout move back in the end of September here. However, or at the beginning of October. However, if we roll over, it just won't be shocking. Like I said, the New York Stock Exchange doesn't look horrible, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average is already under a sell signal. But the NASDAQ, with the back-to-back sell-offs here, following all this above average volume, what I now consider to be churning, not good. So I would like to see us find some support and rally higher. The VIX did get decently high, but still, even at 20, I mean, that's no extreme. I mean, if we go back to 2008, if we go back to the 2008 lows, you can see that, like I said, the VIX can get, really spiky and jumpy, and we didn't even come close to hitting 90. However, you can imagine what our UVXY inverse or our leverage ETF will do if VIX decides to go to 90 again. I doubt it, but just in case, UVXY is the play. And what I will continue to do, as if we are, let's say we close near the low of day or have an ugly day tomorrow, and we're down significantly from where the open is, we will continue to add UVXY. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on putting 5% of my account capital each time I go long this until the funds of the UVXY match the funds of the long positions, and then we'll take it on a case-by-case basis after that. But I don't know. I don't expect this market to resolve itself to the upside anytime soon. And if we are going to do that, we're going to need new leadership. This biotech index is clearly broken. The XBI and IBBI is absolutely trashed on huge volume. So our leaders are not our leaders anymore. So this will be interesting. Keep an eye on it. Like I showed you, ITB, XHB already not looking good. With that rolling over, now our leading biotech stocks rolling over, and with some of our solar stocks starting to look like they may want to roll over, The solars roll over. I can assume that we may get uglier and uglier and uglier, so I'll just keep adding to my hedges. Okay, everyone, have a great Thursday.